Hello everyone, this is Team Hazmat, and this is going to be the first video in the series about how you are going to use Autodesk Inventor to make a CAD model of your robot. So the first step is to, once you open CAD, is to go make a new assembly. And then it'll come up with a warning sometimes. You can click OK. So this is your assembly workspace. First thing you're going to need to do is File, Save As, and then you're going to put this in whatever folder you're going to use to save all of the robot parts, and you're going to name it. And yeah, so that's the first step done, saved, and then move on to the second step. Alright everyone, we're now on the second step, so you're going to go to the same website that you bought robot parts from. In our case, it's Servo City, and then we're going to click on Structure, and you'll see a whole bunch of different types of robot parts. We're going to start with the basic U channel, and then pick 17 hole length. 17 hole length. Over there is the add to cart button. That's if you want like an actual metal part. You have to buy that for money, but there's a free download here for the CAD models. These are step files. We're gonna have to open these with Inventor before we use them in our parts. So it'll down on this website, it downloads as zip files. Windows automatically comes with the extract tool, so you can just put that in the same folder as you put your robot. And this is going to be the same folder as you put all your parts. And then you're going to save that, and it's going to go like that. Then you go back to your Inventor, click Open, and then find that step file. Click on that one, and hit Open. And it'll give a warning sometimes. That's okay for what we're doing. This step can take a while. Just depending on how fast things are, but then you'll get this. You can leave all those settings alone. Name it. I recommend naming it something logical. I choose 17 hole channel. For example, that's really logical because that's exactly what it is, and then we can hit OK. And then the progress bar will show up, and then you'll see an actual 3D picture. So this is just a part. You can't build like the robot. That's why we made the assembly. You're going to have to save it here, otherwise, if you don't save it at that step, you can name it, and then you won't get to see it. Alright, here's where I realized I forgot to save it, so we're going to just hit Control-S to save. Make sure to save it. Then you can click that button on the upper left in the 3D model, in the Assemble category, and then click to place it, and it'll change your view so that you have the same view, just like that. Scroll in and out using the scroll wheel. And then we're going to need 4 of these. So we have 1, 2, and then that's like 2 sides of the square. So we're going to click to place one down, where you're going to align these in a later step. And then number 3 and number 4, those are going to go between the 2 bars at each end. And yeah, we're going to need a few more parts just to get started. So yeah. Okay, now that we have our channels in here, we're going to need a few more parts, so we're going to go back to the Servo City website. I have it open here. It's called Side Tap Pattern Mount C. You can search for that in the site or click on Structure, and then there's a nice picture of that in the second row. Click on that, and then we're going to use Side Tap Pattern Mount C. And then just download the step file. This is the same as what we did before, but to recap, just click on that, click to open, extract that to the folder where you're keeping all your parts, hit extract, and it'll complete itself. And then now it is in there along with our other channel. We're going to open it now. We're going to click open. And that'll take a little while. Hit OK when it comes up with the error. And this is going to take a little while as well. Just wait. There it goes. All right, then you're going to name it, leave all those settings alone. We're going to call this our channel mounting bracket. You can call it that side pattern mount C. You can even put the number in there if you're good with memorizing numbers, but you can just call that whatever you want as long as it makes sense. Click OK, and it'll do a little bit more loading. This is where it's actually importing it, and it's converting it to an Autodesk Inventor part instead of those step files. Okay, now that it's open, we're going to save this one. Save it this time. Yeah, important. And then we're gonna go. I'm hiding my recording stuff. There's our channel. Not gonna go there. We're gonna go into the actual assembly. We're gonna click the place component button, and then our channel character bracket. Left the numbers on these ones. Okay. Hit open. We're gonna put one there, one there, one there, and one there. Those will go on the ends of those in there, and then the bottom ones are gonna go on the ends of the other ones, like that. Hit it. You can hit escape to get rid of the part floating around. Just click to get the part back in. That's gonna go there, and then it's also gonna go there. Just imagine like a normal robot, you know. All right, so this is now a very important process of the robot CAD-ing process. This is where we are actually going to assemble the frame by putting together our connectors and the actual channels. And we're going to be using the constrain tool. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to, basically, the constrain tool works by, it's sort of like glue. And so that's the first way we're going to use it. We're going to stick the bottom side of one of these connectors to the side of that channel, because that's how it is on your robot. So we're going to left click and hold and drag on the cube until we can see the bottom. Then we're going to click the home view just to go back to this corner view. Then we're going to click on that face, and it's going to stick right there. And we're going to hit OK. Now, this isn't aligned with any of the holes, so to do that, we're going to grab constrain tool again, but this time we're going to click the holes. We're going to look for the white line in the holes, and the first one you click is going to move. And then, so you're going to click on the little connector block, and then the chassis through the holes. Now, it sometimes likes to pretend it doesn't want to be 0, but you want it to be 0. You want it to be perfectly straight, so you're going to have to type in 0. It'll automatically highlight that for you. Anyway, we're going to click the corner holes, and because it's a bit rotated, we're going to click the top left corner, and then we're going to click the bottom left corner. That's going to rotate it once we set it to 0, because it likes to not make it 0 sometimes. And there we go. Now you have it properly aligned. So now we're going to take one of our side channels, and we're going to click the side of that, and then we are going to go, that will highlight the entire side in blue. Then that one is going to move to, we can zoom in here, and click on the side face of that right there and hit OK once it's at 0. And then we're going to do the same thing with the holes because they aren't aligned. We're going to click on that bottom left hole, and that'll just go to the bottom left, or the bottom right hole, and that'll go to the bottom hole on the bracket. We're going to set the offset to 0. And that should be straight, but just to be safe, you could do another hole so it doesn't move. That should be 0, and then you can hit OK. So that's basically the process. Now we're going to put the other one in the other, inside the other side of that channel. So to do that, we're going to start by clicking on the face of the bracket with the hole, and we're going to click that there, and that'll go into place. It looks aligned, but it's not, and it's on its side, so we can click there, and that'll move that down. It'll try and find the hole. There we go. That's the hole it's supposed to be at. Set it to 0. And then to move it down, just click there, and hit 0. And that'll be perfectly aligned. You don't have to do anything with the ends because that's aligned by the design from the robot parts company. Then we're going to stick the other side frame channel piece to that. And you know what? Didn't want to be 0 this time, so we're going to hit 0 and hit OK. Then we're going to align the holes properly, just like that hole is going to go to the top left right there. And as you can see, it's now perfectly aligned. We're just going to make sure that goes again by clicking another corner hole. It should be 0 and OK. So now we have 3 of the 4 sides, and we're going to repeat with that 4th side. We're going to want it to go on the other end. So that'll be coming up right after this. Okay, so this is going to be the final step in this first video. So we're going to do the very same thing. So we're going to start by clicking on the bottom of one of the brackets, and we're going to stick it to one of the sides of the robot. We're going to hit OK. And we're going to do that big middle circle, and we're going to move that. It's going to go down, wait for the line, and offset of 0. That's important. Then that hole, we can rotate it 90 degrees by just moving it up to that hole. And once we get the line through it, it doesn't want to go 0 right now, so 0, and hit OK. Now, if we put that one there, it's going to get in the way of putting the other bracket there, so we're just going to do the bracket first, and then we're going to align the bracket, or the channel to the bracket. So we're going to click on the bottom of the bracket and the side of that channel again. Didn't get it in the middle, so we're going to move that up to the middle, hit 0, just type 0 into the box, click on there, and then rotate it 90 degrees by going to the corner 90 degrees of it, press 0, and that'll work. Then we're going to align that face to that face, and they'll touch. It's not in the right spot because it's going through everything, so we're going to move that. Because these two are the same length, we can move that by just clicking on that corner and then going down to this. It'll go right back, but if you press 0, it'll be fine. And then we can just verify the position by going there and on the outer channel and clicking OK. That will be 0. And this concludes your chassis of the robot. In the next video, coming out soon, we will detail the process of putting on things like wheels and also some attachments regarding servos and motors. But finally, save the project regularly, because I've had it doesn't save automatically, and I've had it where it deleted all my work after the computer crashed, so make sure to save often. And until next time, this has been Hazmat 13201 on How to CAD.